This week on Scam School, the perfect mind-reading trick. It'll be epic. This episode of Scam School has two mommies, GoDaddy and Netflix. Welcome to the show that'll throw you down, kick you in the forehead, then give you a great big hug. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and this week an episode that comes straight out of the Scam School forums. User Carrick wrote about an experience where he was blown away by the best mind-reading trick he had ever seen. He promised he would do anything to get the answer, and so this episode, Carrick, is just for you. All right, I want you to think of the name of the first boy you ever kissed. Just his first name. I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna make my prediction.
Okay.
You know what? I forgot to get your name. What was your name?
Courtney.
Courtney, fantastic. There we go. And I'm gonna hide. Look at this. We're gonna lock in a secret, unbeatable vault. Now, I don't want to say you're this type of person, Courtney, but I run into people, especially at the bar, who like to mess with me. They like to change their mind, and I'll show them that oh no, that's not my card, whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna lock in your name. What was the name of the boy?
Damon.
Damon. All right, that's pretty good. I'm gonna ask you a different question. You ready for this? I want to know the name of your first pet you ever truly loved. Don't tell me. I would say the first name, but I guess pets only have one name. All right, focus. All right. What was your name?
Serafina.
Serafina. How do you spell that? S-E-R-A?
F-I-N-A.
F-I-N-A. Yeah. All right, Serafina, same rules. Some people think I'm gonna, I don't want this to all go nowhere. We'll do Serafina. And what was the name of your first pet that you ever truly loved?
Icy.
Icy? How do you spell that?
I-C-E-Y.
Okay, I may be in trouble.
Here's a white guy.
I don't know that I could have ever predicted icy. All right, now here's the thing. This is very personal. I like to ask the personal questions of the ladies, but for dudes, I don't want to get too in depth because that might be a little bit weird. So we'll keep it a little bit simple. By the way, I'm Brian. What's your name? Jeff. Jeff. Here's what I want you to do, Jeff. I just want you to reach down and cut some number of cards and turn them face up. Okay, as deep as you want, however many cards you want.
Okay.
And turn them over, set it on top, and let's see. I'm not gonna look. There you go. You look at that card. Don't let me see it. You got it? All right. In fact, here, you take those cards, put them all right. I'm gonna look at you and see if I can figure it out here. Interesting. Same rules for you, Jeff. Not that I'm accusing you of being a guy to mess everything up. What was your card?
Two of diamonds.
The two of diamonds. Totally fair, right? I didn't force you to card in. I didn't make you choose the first animal you loved. And I certainly didn't make you kiss Damon.
You sure didn't.
Let's see how I did. We've got them all personalized here. We've got there's Jeff's. Don't look at them yet. We got there's Courtney's, and there's Serafina's. Just tell me if I was right or wrong. Is it right?
It is right.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
Is that worth buying me a beer?
I would say so.
That's what I like to hear. Do you guys want to know how this one's done?
Yes.
All right, well, we'll find out. First, we got to thank the sponsors who make Scam School possible. So what do you do when domains are ridiculously cheap through our sponsor at GoDaddy.com? It's simple. You screw with your friends. We call it domain smacking. For example, Roy Dealer registered CougarSpyCam.com and put it at his friend's MySpace page. Jason Katzer registered MikeIsABitch.com and forwarded it to this lovely picture of his friend. And Doug Wilson registered TheStupidItHurts.com and forwarded it to Dig. I'm going to steer clear of that one. If you want to pull off a domain smack, head on over to GoDaddy.com and use the promo code SCAM3 at checkout. Not only will this get you a domain for $7.49 plus free forwarding to any site, you'll be keeping Scam School in business. All right, so first of all, on a scale of 1 to awesome, how does this rank on the amazement factor for you?
This is pretty awesome.
You had the definite look of hurt feelings. You're more amazed at their part than your part.
Definitely.
Yeah. The actual effect is way simpler. In fact, you can use it with just bar napkins. I used index cards because they'll show up better on camera. Now, there is a bit of a card element, so we're going to go backwards. You were the one who was least amazed because you know there's a way to trick people into taking certain cards, right? So what I did in this case is I took one card. So we'll say I want you to have the 8 of diamonds. So I'll put the 8 of diamonds on top. And I explain to you, I say I want you to turn over as many cards as you want.
But you had flipped it with a 3.
I flipped it over. I flipped over some number of them, right? So the one that was last I flipped over was the 8 of diamonds. So when you flipped over more cards, that made it so that the 8 of diamonds would be the first face down one. So in other words, it's sort of negative times a negative equals a positive. If you flip over a bunch of cards twice, whatever was on top becomes, or appears to be, the card that they selected. So your part was a card force. Now we learned a bunch of different forces. You could do, for example, from the vanishing card, you could do this one where you just tell them to say stop whenever you want and you show them the bottom card. Or we also learned another way to force cards called the crisscross force in the episode Controlled Cards as well. Whatever way you want, just make sure that you have whatever card you want them to have be on top of the deck. So we'll use the 3 of spades, okay? The other thing you need to find out is the name of the third person. You honestly cannot know everyone else's name, but I want to know what card you're going to get and what your name is. Now this is easy if you're doing this with your friends. So, I ask you something very personal. The more personal you make the question, the more amazing the reveal is, right? So in this case, I ask you for the name of the person you first kissed, right? And so I ask you, don't say anything, I'm just gonna watch, and I try to make a prediction here. So I look deep into your soul, and I write down the 3 of spades. All the while looking at you. Okay, interesting. Okay. And then as if an afterthought, I'm like, oh, I forgot. What was your name? Courtney, that's right. And so, let's see, that's Courtney. Perfect, okay, good, awesome, all right. You want to fold it up and hide it away. I'm not saying you're the type of person to want to screw up my trick. But if you were, I found that a way to keep people from changing their mind later, so lock it in right now. So why don't you go ahead and tell me, Courtney, what is the name of the person you first kissed? Oh, it's Damon. Fantastic. Now, look at Serafina. I'm making my guess as to the pet you first had. And what was your name? Serafina? Okay, and that's spelled S-E-A. Then you can say F-I-N-A. Put that one away. So I'm one ahead of the person. Okay, and then finally, I'll write down Serafina. Just to clear things up, what was it? Icy. I-C-E-Y. And you gotta have some reason for the third effect. And what I like is, in this case I had 2 girls, so I decided, well, I don't want to be too personal with guys, so let's do something a little more objective and fair. And we do this force. Just turn over as many cards as you want. There we go, take a look at your card. We all know it's the 3 of spades. And so now, I'm gonna write down my prediction. And of course I'm writing down Icy. Now the trick is, now in this case, Jeff's a short name, but Serafina's a long name. So what I did when I was doing it for you guys was I wrote S-E-R-A, and then I paused. I would say, oh, it was Jeff, right? And then I wrote F-I-N-A. And then finally you lock in the last one. And you want there to be as much time delay as possible between when you're writing it down and when you're locking it in, so it doesn't look like you're just writing one and then the other. It was the 3 of spades. And now, mix these all around, because it could be that somebody's watching and keeping track of which one's where. You throw them out. Now this is the subtlety that I like the most. Then you open it up, and each one is personalized. By writing their name on it, it gives a reason for, oh yeah, and this one's yours, and this one right here, well, it must be yours. And then it creates a moment where you say, would you guys be amazed if I got all 3 of these exactly right? You open it up, and you are showered in golden amber beer.
This week for your Netflix homework, of all the movies that have the slightest thing to do with scams and cons, this one is the very best. I want you to watch The Usual Suspects, directed by Bryan Singer with Gabriel Byrne, Benicio del Toro, and Kevin Spacey. Now, unlike your regular homework, I'm not going to tell you why. Now, if you've seen this movie, you shut your mouth. You shut your word chasm and you don't say a single thing But if you haven't seen this movie, here's how to watch it on Netflix. Head on over to www.netflix.com/scamschool and start your free 2-week trial. Don't forget that the wwws at the beginning of the URL are just as important as the scam school at the end to make sure we get credit.
Here's the question. Which one of you three has what it takes to perform it? Seraphina's going for it?
All right.
Awesome. Okay, here you get everything. All right, now remember, you've got to figure out which one's on top. I will buy you so much beer if you can read our minds.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Okay, damn. Go ahead.
Okay. I forget where to start. Okay, don't tell me the answers. Okay. Just think about it. Okay. What was the first car you ever owned? Just think about it. Okay. Read your mind. So I'm gonna guess. Okay. And see if I get this right. Okay.
she's got the suspicious eyes. Go ahead.
And what was your name? Courtney. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the trap. Just to make sure that I don't do anything weird with that. So that we make sure that you don't lie later and tell me a different answer. Why don't you go ahead and write it?
Oh, that's clever. That's a great idea. No, you totally can. Just write it down.
All right. So
That's a great solution. It makes it more personal. The more personal you make it, the better it'll be. Good job.
Now we're on to you.
Uh-oh. Yes.
What was the first job you had? To make this book.
Okay.
Okay, don't tell me. Just think about it.
Yeah. No, I'm sending
and
it.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna write it down.
All right.
And what was your name?
Oh, Brian.
Okay.
Brian.
Fold this up. Put it in the trap.
All right.
So we have his answer here. Now we're on to Jeff. Okay. We got the personal answers. We're just gonna go mix it up, do a card trick.
Very good. Excellent.
So what I'm gonna have you do is just flip over a couple cards. So go ahead and take some and flip them over. Do a whole bunch.
Wow.
And then
Surely he killed the trick.
So pull out that card, and that's your card. All right. I'm gonna try to read your mind, and figure out what that card is. And what was your name?
Yeah.
You had to, I like the so many aliases.
Locked it in. Mix it up. Now you write your answer. So now we have the secret answers, and
This is it. This is the big moment.
we're ready.
Does Seraphina win a beer?
So these are prizes. They're personalized. We have Courtney. We have Brian.
This is mine.
We have Jeff.
To me?
All right, on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, she did it! She knew I was a fry cook. She's a damned witch. Burn the witch. Well done. Very good job, Seraphina. I owe you a beer. There you go. This is all for Seraphina. Nicely done. There you go. Couple things to remember when you're pulling off the mental mastery. First of all, you don't have to be perfect. In this case, we went 3 for 3 by forcing the last card. You could easily guess a simple yes-no question. If you get it wrong, you still have 2 out of 3. If you get it right, you got a perfect trifecta. Or better yet, work out something in advance with a stooge to pretend to be a volunteer for the third person. Remember, you can check out all of the Scam School episodes all the way back to episode 1 if you head on over to scamschool.tv. If you want to join us on the boards, we're at revision3.com/scamschool. And if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. If you're doing the Twitter thing, you can follow Scam School at twitter.com/scamschool. And you can follow my goofy adventures all over the United States at twitter.com/schwood. Next week, we're going to be learning some board game trivia. We're going to find out how you can steal Mediterranean Avenue by only using a rook, a battleship, and an FHA loan. If I could only get my hands on Baltic Avenue. That's the tough one.